This is a topic I could go into great detail about, but I'd say just very shortly, I think permaculture is kind of a movement founded in theory that they've then been trying to put practice to, whereas like Sepp's approach is really founded in practice and theory as much as is required or needed, but if the practice works, you don't really even need the theory. So I think they're a pretty different approach in a lot of ways, and I see a lot of PDCs where people leave the PDC kind of as lost as they were when they began, but with a lot of jargon terms, and are very excited about a lot of things, but not a lot of practical skills to do any of those things. So we see a lot of people do a PDC and then never really do anything with it or create a project. Whereas we tried to really make our course where if you're going through it, you have to do projects, you have to gain experience, because that's the only way you learn any of these things. You really can't learn them in the classroom. You learn them in the field. You can get guidance in the classroom, but it's the firsthand experience in the field that's what actually delivers some kind of change or impact on that landscape. So in many ways, I was kind of trying to create the anti-PDC when I created the Water Stories core course, taking all my frustrations from the PDCs that I'd been a part of or seen. And the reality is, for example, the vast majority of PDCs out there are being taught by someone who's never built a pond, likely never even implemented a big project. They've just read the book and are parodying the book. And I do also want to say that there's a huge variability in PDCs. I've taken PDCs like Ben Falk's that are very skill-based, on the land-based, really great. I think there are really great PDC teachers out there, but I'd say for every one really good PDC, you can probably find 5 to 10 that are pretty suboptimal, taught by people without a lot of firsthand experience. And so you really want to, I think, if you're going to take a PDC, find the projects that the teacher has done themselves, not projects that they've made videos of, but projects that they themselves have done. And those are the people you really want to learn from. And there are a lot of those people out there within permaculture as well. I don't mean to degrade it at all, but there's just a lot more variability within a PDC and what you might walk away from that experience from. And then another part that I think really sets our stuff aside is I also saw so many times people do the PDC and then it's good luck, see you later, or they get their permaculture design and it's good luck, see you later. And so there's not a lot of long-term guidance in that process. And that's one thing that from the very start, some people need years still getting some support, some guidance to really feel comfortable doing these things. And so how do we create that kind of infrastructure to allow for that to happen, to allow for people's long-term growth, to give them support through the process? And then for our practitioners, people like these folks who are able to actually deliver the project rather than just the conceptual design. And I think that's a really important piece of being a good designer as well.